Tinder were the days when you called me out and you grabbed my hand and you pulled me down the hill so you could show me your hometown. Tinder were the days back before all this, before the drop at dusk, before our almost kiss, when we'd call and talk, sitting together in a call that would last for what felt like forever. But Tinder doesn't outlast first contact with the enemy. Remember when you promised, Cass, you'll always have a friend in me. Guess our definitions are at odds with one another's by now. And the sight of Tinder renders me down into a lesser thing. I've stumbled home to your bar. If I can't have you, I need a drink. So pour a pint of gin, I'd drink it all again. If only I could be yours, oh be yours, I'd be yours. But it was never good enough for you to use a label. But beloved, you are what I love, and it made me unstable. All the greats say you are what you love. So what does that make you back when I loved you? Because I loved you. I needed a home, so you gave me one. But what do you think of me now that our romance is done? Was I just a bad habit you were trying to kick? Are you sad for the loss? Does it make you feel? Tinder were the evenings spent together on your couch, with your head upon my chest and my lips upon your brow. We'd lay separate in your bed, but you turned to call me out. You'd say, hold me if you want me, feel so tender to me now. But Tinder makes you rot fast when your heart is not preserved. As you were pulling on my heartstrings, I was grinding on your nerves. I don't think that I should thank you for the lessons that I've learned that have ruined me for Tinder with what's left of my old world. But it was never good enough for you to use a label. But beloved, you are what I love, and it made me unstable. All the greats say you are what you love. So what does that make you back when I loved you? Because I loved you. I don't wanna fight for your attention. Shouldn't have to beg you to be worthy of a mention. Shouldn't have to worry about just whose bed you've been in. You know everybody wants you. Everybody wants you. Everybody dreams sometimes of relieving your tension, and in dreams their disbelief combine a bit of sweet suspension. So if it's me you want, then be real clear with your intentions, because everybody wants you, and I don't have the time to fight a war for a heart I'd already lost. I laid down my life thinking it was just what it would cost to preserve something I knew was already dead. But you swore it was not. No, you swore. And now I'm terrified of Tinder killing everything that's good. New friends say they wouldn't act like you. Your voice tells me they would. That small part of you that's left in me has little left but fear. I don't know why it pretends to care. You never did, my dear. And Tinder were the days you walked beside me by the lake. Tinder was the birdseed and the pictures that you take. Tried to give you ample Tinder, never wanted it from me. Go on and source all of your Tinder from girls I pray to never see. Cause it was never good enough for you to use a label. But beloved, you are what I love, and it made me unstable. All the greats say you are what you love. So what does that make you back when I loved you? Because I loved you. And I was never smart enough to ignore your sweet nothings. And your boyfriend asked me once if you had made a move or something. But you were never gonna choose me. You weren't afraid that you might lose me. You counted cards and played the tables like your duplicity confused me. As if I wouldn't realize that it was fucked up what you did. How you promised me a life, ripped it away when I moved in. And Tinder was the heart's flesh that I know I saw you deal. But your sleight of hand had swapped it out for clubs that made me feel like the pain was the strongest that you could have gave her. You called it the minor cost of her loving you forever. Because our Tinder didn't outlast first contacts with the enemy. I wish I could forget how you said, Cass, you've got a friend in me. I hope that you have all that you want now that I won't be around to see it. And the sight of Tinder renders me down into a lesser thing. I stumble into your bar because I really need a drink. So pour a pint of gin, I'll drink it all again. So long as I won't be yours, oh be yours, won't be yours. And I was never good enough for you to use a label. But beloved, you are what I loved. It made me so unstable. All the grace said I was what I loved. So what am I now that I don't love you? 'Cause I don't love you. And tender were the days. 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 Tender